the kids to bed, dad's home. We are the DWO podcast representing the Dad World Order. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am the pretty face papa, Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. And with me, as always, the other two dudes with attitudes.
We need to switch.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
are you?
Get out of my big rig.
We haven't done this in a while. Sorry.
They know what to do with themselves.
My bad, Mike. I just walked right into your intro.
It's all right. Keep rolling. The big rig, Eric Maffey.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
And the great interrupter himself. Just kidding.
Sure,
I love you.
man.
The wrestling t-shirt guy, Cephas.
All right. What up, y'all?
What up, y'all?
All right. How's everybody feeling tonight, man? It's a good fucking night.
Boys, we have not done this in a while. Like, I feel like I should be like, yeah, it's Mr. Magnificent. No.
No, I was like, does he know not to say the thing?
I know.
Yeah. So, see, that's the thing, too. I would say for those listening that we're going to do this every other week. But next every other week, we actually have a guest. But starting 3 weeks from tonight, am I right? Or is it 4 weeks from tonight? 3 weeks from tonight.
Are we doing every Thursday or every
We're
other
going to do
Thursday?
every other Thursday is going to be Wrestle Talk. So this is the first one. Next other Thursday. So, yeah.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now, we actually have a
then.
super special guest, the creator of Headlock Comics,
Dude, I'm so stoked for
Mr.
that.
Michael Kingston. I have such a huge collection of his comic books, and I actually just got one in this month's crate. And I'm super excited to check it out because I haven't read it yet, but I just got my crate today. But he's going to be a guest on our freaking show, dude. I don't know if you guys know the fucking brevity of balls that this man carries. But he's known by everyone, loved by everyone. If you see him and Kevin Owens posted a selfie today, everybody loves Michael Kingston. You talk about rubbing shoulders, rubbing elbows with giants. This guy has known and spoken to just about everyone there is in the professional wrestling industry. So he might be a long episode.
And talk about, like, this dude created such a cool fucking concept. Like, you know, a lot of the wrestling community probably grew up, you know, reading comic books and shit like that. Okay, I'm going to make my own and have the wrestlers help me write the stories. Okay, cool.
Is that one on your wall right now? Is that an FTR Michael Kingston comic on the wall? Is it
this one?
Yeah, is that his or is that something
No,
else?
that was at Squared Circle. It was another
artist.
I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name for the life of me. I apologize, but I just love that art. Like, I saw it and I was just like, I have to have that. Absolutely.
Well, to be fair, you're an FTR, Mark.
Well, it's the FTR versus the Briscoes.
Okay, and you're a Mark for the Briscoes as well. So
yeah, like it just looks awesome. But I've actually met Michael Kingston twice now. Met him once at Lexington Comic-Con. Is the first time I met him, and I actually got 2 of his books while I was there.
Awesome.
Because I sat and talked with him for like a half an hour. I'm sure Emmy was like, can we wrap this up? But like, he started talking about how in one of his, like, he was good friends with Thunder Rosa, and I'm like, he knows your girl, you know, like, we're gonna talk to him. And just like, he just had all kinds of cool stories, and we just talked forever. And like, Jerry the King Lawler was sitting right there signing autographs, and it was just like, it was super cool, super nice guy. And then at GalaxyCon Columbus, I saw him again, and talked to him there for quite a while. So, yeah, I'm super excited to have him on. And if you ever get a chance to see him at a Comic-Con or can get any of his comics, they are, I mean, the artwork alone, but like, the stories are really cool and very much worth getting.
I'll tell you this much.
This month's great.
Yeah.
I'd say I popped one. I didn't want to say anything because I got mine before yours, but you know, opening it up and seeing his name, like, holy shit, he's gonna be on our show.
Yeah, he's gonna be on our show, and he was just in this month's Pro Wrestling Crate. That's what I'm saying, guys. If you're listening to the Dad World Order podcast right now, or you're going back in some of our old episodes, and you want to hear enough of what we have to say to go back and do that, we're on a roll right now. we're starting to catch some steam, and I'm telling you, it's nice to feel the steam. Because sometimes we've talked about this before. It feels like a little bit of work doing this show because we put a lot of effort into making these as nice as we can and having as many good guests as we can, and it takes a lot of work. We're three dads that try to line up our schedules. That's why sometimes they don't start exactly on time, and sometimes, in fact, I know there's a Thursday coming up. I think it's in October. I have tickets to something, and it's going to be these two guys. So there's going to be days where it's going to be Mike and Big Rig. It's going to be
back to the early days of DWO.
I know.
I actually went back.
Thursday.
I just because I was thinking, I had somebody ask me about the podcast the other day. They're like, "How long you been doing it?" And I was like, "Well, shit, it's coming up on a year because we started." And I scrolled back to our very first video to see when we posted. It was September 6th, the day after Brawlout. Because, like, what a time to start a podcast! Hey, let's talk about this that the wrestling world is exploding over. Mm-hmm. And watching the first one, dude, like, you're doing it on like a super old laptop that you restored, and like I'm doing it on my iPad. I think, like, I'm pretty sure my iPad like dies towards the end of the episode. So. Like, I was sitting like on just like a wooden chair and like had my iPad up on a tripod. Like, just where we've come from where we started, it's really cool.
It's such a short amount of time, man. It really is. I love that it's there for us to go back and reflect and be like, this is where we are, because it really does show, when you're doing it week in and week out like we do, it's hard to appreciate the growth, but when you go back and can look, it's impressive.
Mark my words here. One day when we're big enough to where we can afford to pay for a studio amongst the three of us, and we have a shared studio somewhere where we're taking physical guests as guests, we're going to look back at this clip right here, right now.
Right.
And then we're going to cut back to this clip here in like a few seconds. And we're going to be all like, oh, you were right.
Look, we did it. We did it.
Great booking. Great booking.
And it's like, if you go back and look, just like, I mean, the progression of like thumbnails even. I mean, our thumbnails used to just be like a fucking paragraph of like what we were going to talk about. And then like it progressed to, okay, we'll just, we'll put some pictures in there. We learned how to edit, and that was cool.
I don't want to sound biased, but that when you guys added the third host, I don't get me wrong, Brando was a great third host to begin with, but when he had to, step away, and you added that new third host.
I'll tell you what,
like something magic, man. Something magic. Love that shirt.
I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Ethan Page and Danhausen for having a meet and greet in Hamilton, Ohio.
And Smart Mark Sterling.
Yes. Because if they would not have done that, I don't know if all three of us would be here right now.
I mean, Danhausen brought me out of that house that day. I'm a huge Danhausen mark. We already know this. So the very fact that he did that signing there at that particular moment, when I was literally about to drive all the way out to Ohio to meet him, which is in like the top right of Ohio, and we're in the bottom left of Ohio.
Dude, the drive to Detroit is shorter than the drive to Ohio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
it's wild.
Yeah, but that's why I went out, and Danhausen being an awesome wrestler is why we are a show. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool.
And if Eric wouldn't have slept through all my phone calls.
I overslept. The reason we met is because of my tardiness. I got there late, and Cephas was in the back of the line because he wanted to do his video with Danhausen.
Which I did.
You told him, go to the back of the line, and if you're still here. So, like, I roll up behind Cephas, and he's like, go in front of me. And I'm like, okay. Like,
I think that's what started the conversation, too. You were like,
yeah, and it was
why
just...
the hell?
And then we started talking, and I mean, I was there for Danhausen too. I was wearing a.
That's why I explained my record to you, because sometimes I feel like it's faux pas for me to meet a wrestling fan and instantly be like, "Oh, I hold the world record or fucking burger." You know what I mean? But
full disclosure, I thought you were so full of shit when you first told me that.
Yeah.
About the world record. I'm like, okay.
And then you click on TikTok, like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, then, yeah, like once we actually got to talk or something, I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
he
then
wrote
I
he wrote
donated
us
some
like
shirts.
he wrote us like I think I found like one of our first guests, and he told us your story.
I
And I was like,
did.
holy shit, dude, that's like super interesting.
I was like, dude, we could get a world record guy on here.
And now we're talking about booking Hall of Famers for certain, mixed martial arts organizations, and we're talking
Awesome.
about creators of world renowned comics that feature legends of pro wrestling.
We've had
To
multiple world champions on our show.
managers, to people who have wrestled against John Cena, to you know what I mean. There's a lot of people that are on our list. You know what I mean. That we're starting to really get some substance here. It's pretty cool,
Dude. Speaking of world champions, we have had a certain guest on here 2 times,
yes.
who is now the
As of
2-time
today.
OVW world champion, the veteran Jack Vaughn. Suck it, Fightful. You've only had him on once.
Yeah, Fightful.
Speaking of
Sean
Fightful,
Ross sucked.
riding our freaking coattails, they just
we
had
love
Manders
Sean
on
Ross.
too. Basically asked him all the same questions we did.
Ours were better.
Hey,
Way more
SRS, could
entertaining.
you not, if you're going to aggregate, could you credit, please? Thank you.
To be fair, I love me some Sean Ross.
I do too. He is absolutely my favorite, just journalist, personality, whatever you want to call him, in the wrestling business. I personally love him just because of how seriously he takes his work and how much pride he takes in it. Because if he gets something wrong, which isn't very often, he will like, okay, I was wrong. He admits it. So.
Yeah,
I would like him even better if he would answer one of my weekly emails.
Can you imagine the amount of emails that
I
dude's
know,
get? I
but
mean,
still.
I'm with you, but yeah.
I also like Chris Van Vliet.
Yes.
Really good
I do
content.
too.
Mm-hmm.
I do too.
God, he gets so many people.
He's just
I'm like, I want to be
he's
there.
the most, like, he looks like he was created in a fucking lab somewhere, dude. Like, you look at his face and you're just like, man, I want to be his friend.
I feel that way about Simon Miller. Simon Miller's the most handsome dude with an accent on the internet.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of, so did you ever see the video that him and Thunder Rosa did when her Blood and Guts figure came out?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know who did the video for that?
No.
Tusslemania.
Tussle. I thought you said me at first. Tusslemania, fuck yeah. Our boy Tussle. I just got off. That's why you guys, when we were texting about whether we're starting at 8 or 8:30, I was like 8:30 for me, guys, because I was playing Fortnite with Tussle.
Well, thanks for the invite, fuckface.
Hey, man, I didn't fucking know you were home.
If I said, do you guys want to start at 8, what do you think? I'm driving home still?
Then how were you still late?
Damn it. Leave me alone.
What he said.
I was eating.
Bird.
I get distracted, okay?
Oh,
right,
so the
let's talk
reason
about some
we're
wrestling.
here, though, yeah. What are we doing a week from today? We're not going to have a show, so just an FYI, we got to bring that up, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're Tuesdays and Thursdays every week, but we're not going to be on next Thursday, at least not live. We might end up with something recorded, but we won't be live Thursday because we will be in person at Pro Wrestling Revolver, and it's going to be the indie event of the summer. This is the Indie SummerSlam. And what's even cooler is that next night, I think are we trying to go out Friday as well to go
trying to see Spot Monkey.
Yeah, we might be trying to go to Spot Monkey, and then for sure the very next night we have SummerSlam, man, and that is shaping up to be the greatest SummerSlam in my opinion of the modern era since maybe like 2005 Triple H Shawn Michaels match.
Yeah.
That's the last time I felt this excited for a SummerSlam.
I mean,
and it's all because of the card.
Well, and like usually SummerSlam has that one match that you're just like, yeah, this is obviously the main event, big match, whatever. And like last year, it was Brock and Roman, which like is all well and good, but like this one with Jay, it just feels different, man. You know,
Yeah.
like the one before that was Roman and Cena, and like that was, you know, obviously very big, but still not a ton of like story behind it.
Yeah, SummerSlam tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. So yeah, it's just I feel like we're gonna see some really special shit go
Have
down.
we talked live about the whole idea we've discussed together? Was that live or was that in a chat?
Dude, we haven't had a Wrestle Talk episode in like 2 months, so
So-
probably not.
With that being said, that we need to construct to our fans what we think. Well, that's not necessarily what we think. It's a combination of Mike's ideas and my ideas here. I want to see,
Which is weird because usually it's Eric doing the booking.
Yeah.
I want to see
Gotta
Jey
let some other people do
Uso
it once in a while.
win this championship, and I want to see Jey Uso win the championship because of some kind of fuckery with Solo, right? And Solo costs Roman the victory, right? And then that leads to Solo and Jay and Jimmy all brawling with each other after Jay wins the title and leaves Roman in the ring alone. And all of a sudden we hear The Rock's music, which Rock's already been invited publicly on the television from Grayson Waller to come to his Grayson Waller effect. So The Rock very well could be in attendance. We hear The Rock's music. He comes out and he tells Roman, "You lost the title. You fucked around. You think you're the head of the table? I'm the head of the table." And that builds towards Rock Roman at Mania, and it doesn't need the championship. And while all this is going on, let's let Priest cash it in. Boom. Right there.
The fact that they keep referring on WWE television, keep referring to the elders, really makes me think that there is something of that in the
Something's
works.
going down.
Especially, you know, even at this contract signing.
Dude, it especially with Grayson Waller name dropping him.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
you don't name drop The Rock without The Rock coming.
Something's happening.
Look, the whole time LA was coming, everybody was talking about, oh, The Rock's going to be in LA. The Rock's going to be in LA, right? But not one time did WWE mention The Rock before LA, okay? Nope. Everyone's talking about The Rock's coming to SummerSlam. Rock's coming to SummerSlam. The fucking WWE has mentioned The Rock 3 times on television, 1 time with a talent, okay? So
it's not an accident.
That's not a fucking accident, man. That's not an accident. I hope that our Mark-ass brains are correct and that we get to see The Rock because, like I said before, this will be my 6th WrestleMania coming up. I've never seen The Rock live. I saw Rocky Maivia versus Ken Shamrock at WrestleMania 14.
Oh, wow.
But that was not The Rock.
Nope.
That was not The Rock. That was Rocky Maivia. I want to see the electrifying, pie-eating, jabroni-beating, blah, 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 Rock. I need it. I need it.
Dude, I'm thinking about, like, we're going to get a massive pop with whatever LA Knight does. His music hits, we're going to get
Speaking of
arguably the biggest pop of the night. But then, like, The Rock's going to come out.
Bro.
And that place is going to have a meltdown.
Bro. I swear to God.
I could see Cena making some sort of appearance.
I could see them putting Grayson Waller out there, calling out The Rock not showing up at all whatsoever, making everybody feel sad, and then having The Rock show up after the main event. I could see them swervy.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of all that,
they got to make this a big show with them having, with AEW having All In London.
It's the big show.
You're an idiot.
Speaking of big show, though, it is. Let's talk about what is probably going to be one of the openers that is probably going to steal the show. Logan Paul versus Ricochet.
Mr. Rick O'Shea.
Bro, that match, they've got some stuff in store that is going to blow people's minds. I guarantee
it'll
you that
it'll be a kick-ass spot fest for sure.
he wants to earn our respect still. He knows there's a lot of us that hate him, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He knows that some of us are starting to like him, but he still wants to earn it. I'm telling you, this is going to go 20 minutes. It's going to be knockdown, drag out. We're going to have swollen chests. We're going to have red marks, and he's going to earn it. This is going to be that match when people are like, oh, man, when he wrestled at SummerSlam versus Ricochet, that's when I knew he was going to be a WWE superstar. You know what I mean? And not just a celebrity who got a fucking contract.
I'm still not gonna like him like ever. I don't.
Hey, that's cool. We can boo him live.
Yeah.
At Detroit. Ford Field.
Dude, it's gonna be so cool.
So is Ford Field? We should have probably looked this up before. Is Ford Field open? Is this a fucking open stadium?
Yes.
Oh,
the pyro is gonna be so awesome.
Summer night. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Better check the forecast.
I don't care if it's raining, dog. I'm out there.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Plus, we're going to be in nice covered seats, probably. So.
Oh look, what's in my recent search history? Section 227 at Ford Field. I wonder who's sitting there.
Oh, maybe row 6. Maybe 4 seats in a row. Me, you, and the stepdad, Justin.
Dude.
Stepdad.
We have our own Brandon Cutler now, by the way. If everyone would like to know, Justin, my brother, is now officially going to be our videographer, documentarian.
Dude, like I'm looking at these views from our seats. Like, we have really good seats.
You're welcome.
Oh,
we're not doing that for Mania, though. Like I said, Mania.
I just want to be there. I don't give a shit.
Of which, we're gonna have to discuss more about this offline, but I think we're gonna end up having to buy separate chunks of tickets for that, which is gonna be fine for Mania as long as we stay in the same place. It doesn't matter if we're sitting together at the event, but we're probably gonna have to buy separate chunks because the max I can buy is 8, and I need to buy 6 for myself. And if you need 3 and he needs 2. Right. We might need to do like 2 groups together or something like that. Or something. We'll have to figure that out more logistic wise off the show because we still got to cover all these matches, man.
Well, you mentioned Logan and Ricochet. I mean, that's definitely going to be some holy shit moments there.
Hold on, I was wrong. I apologize. It is covered.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the whole stadium is covered.
Yeah, but it's like it's still. Kind of, it's weird. You'll just have to.
Is it like LA? Is it like LA and it's open on the sides but closed on the top?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool because it'll be all breezy and warm.
Yeah.
For cheesy.
That'll be dope. Yeah, I'm sure it won't be hot at all.
We got Logan Paul and Ricochet, and I'll tell you one thing: for the first time in a long time, I'm looking forward to a women's singles match that has nothing to do with the title. Well, I guess that they lost the title together, but Ronda and Shayna.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see them kick each other's fucking ass. And the fact that they're very close friends, if they're anything like me and my brother or me and like you guys, just know this. If we ever get a WrestleMania match, I'm hitting you as hard as I fucking can.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
You're just,
there will be zero soft style in that match.
Exactly. Nope. I'm sorry, buddy. And I feel like exactly what's going to happen with Ronda and exactly with Shayna. They're going to go out there and kick each other's ass.
It's going to be damn near a shoot MMA wrestling match in that ring.
I'm so excited for that, man.
And it's possibly one of Ronda's last matches. I heard she was looking for an out, and that they wanted to run this program before she did so. So this could be her swan song. So we definitely could be in store for something really special.
Could be the start of her swan song. Could be her beating Shayna and Shayna's redemption angle all the way to WrestleMania.
That's
you know
true.
What I mean? This
That's
could be a long story.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would feel kind of abrupt if they just broke up and then had a match at SummerSlam and then Ronda was gone.
I read it was supposed
rough.
to happen earlier, but because of Ronda's injury, the program got delayed.
Okay.
And that's with the whole tag teams and all that BS that went down.
Yeah, that match has. I'm telling you, man, people give Ronda a lot of shit. If you look at my T-shirt video from a few days ago, like I said, Ronda, when she's gone, people are going to miss her. You know, she definitely had some stumbles. There were some awkward ass moments, especially at the start with the Kurt Angle shit. It was definitely awkward. But once she got into her groove, she has consistently created great moments, man.
Ronda, you guys remember the first time, when The Rock brought her out of the crowd at WrestleMania?
It's over 9,000.
Yeah, and I mean, Yeah, and I mean, how bad did you want to see her in the
Oh,
ring then?
Yeah.
You know, so
bro.
we got that. You know, they brought that to us, and it wasn't always unicorns and rainbows, but you know,
No.
yeah, there was a lot in that promo she cut the other night against Shayna that was the truth, man. She
Yeah.
came in 1 year and will be a WWE Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Hmm.
Um,
But those, yeah, again, those, but
I mean,
the promo, I like the promos back and forth between those two.
I was just thinking, do we even have all the matches set yet?
The U.S. title's not fully set yet, from what I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
gonna
that's
be either Escobar or Ray.
which
I
is
still think
I
interesting.
there's
still think
where
something's gonna happen. Where LA
absolutely
Knight,
there's no way that you can't not put LA Knight in it, even if they don't let him win. He needs to be a part of it because he's that hot.
I heard it was going to be they were going to try to start something with Grayson Waller and LA Knight
ugh,
and try to repeat the magic they had down at NXT because that's what kind of started LA Knight's notoriety in NXT.
There's also the
Waller
chance
rub.
that we get Trish versus Becky too. That's not officially announced.
yeah, true.
Trish versus Becky.
Yeah, it is because she
Is
beat
it?
Zoe Stark on Raw.
Is it officially announced?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then I missed that. But it is. Then that's officially announced. And then that alone is that is a dream match. When
Dude, I get to see. I never in my life did I think I'd see Trish Stratus wrestle live, and it's
at
happening.
SummerSlam.
So,
Yeah.
Ah!
and then,
Bro.
dude, I mean, so I'm gonna follow this up with we got also the triple threat.
The
for
women,
women's
yes,
championship.
dude, the women are bringing it. Right
Both
now.
women's championship matches though.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't announced the other one, but it's coming.
I'm gonna piggyback off that, but let's talk about the triple threat first.
Yeah, the triple threat: Asuka, Charlotte, and Bianca. I've seen Bianca win twice at WrestleMania now. I don't want to see Bianca win.
No,
in my opinion, and I don't want to see Charlotte win either. I want to see Asuka whoop their ass.
I do too.
I want to see Asuka retain.
Dude, she is a phenomenal champion. She's a phenomenal wrestler, and you know, just by her own merit. But like her as a champion,
beautiful.
I love because she knows how good she is, and she just goes out there and got that shit-eating grin on her face, and I love it.
You know what the most attractive thing about Asuka is to me, and this is just me being a nerd, but Asuka owns both open and closed, and United States and Japan. So that means she has a open and closed version of every single game, console, and controller type for the Nintendo 64. So she has open and closed of every color system for both United States and fucking Japan. She has the full release of every single thing for Nintendo 64. And when I saw that, I was like, that is the most attractive thing I've ever seen a woman do.
How much do you think that unopened GoldenEye is worth?
Bro, she has an unopened GoldenEye in both English and Japanese. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah,
Imagine.
So Asuka needs to win this purely based on how cool she is.
And it's going to be a great match. It really is. But I think Bianca needs. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind a Bianca heel turn here. Like really lean into it.
Yep.
Join up with the Hurt Business. Be a bad bitch for
God, dude,
that.
Please let that happen.
It needs to.
It's
needed to happen for a while.
I've seen some fan made art of just like some renderings of possibilities, and everyone. I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah. What up, Code? We're having a great stream. It's always a good time.
Always a good time. Dads don't know how to do it any other way.
But I just, and I don't want to dwell on this too much, but we're talking about how awesome this, just the women's matches are going to be on this card. AEW, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you have so much talent. And you don't do anything with it, and it drives me insane.
Well, I on that note, Dynamite last night. One thing I stuck out and was really, I was talking to Jess about this. Like the AEW women's division always seemed to be split down the middle. You've had the TBS division and the TNT division.
Yeah.
and you had Britt Baker and kind of that crew, and Saraya and Outcast, and then you had Jade and the TBS title, and then getting to see Taya come over and call out Britt and wrestle Britt, it kind of felt like a little bit of that crossing those lines finally. And maybe, hopefully, we see some of those people crossing over your Sky Blues and your, talent of that sort.
And I love that. I really do. But I'm saying on a weekly television basis, like they just, I still haven't seen it yet, but from all the clips I've watched and everything I've read, like Willow versus Athena at Death Before Dishonor was one of the best women's matches like ever. And it's like, why can't we have, and they had a really good storyline going into it. They had history, everything like that. Like, these women all have history with each other. Can we have an effing storyline, please? That's all I'm asking for. Like, I understand, Taya called out Britt, whatever, great, but let's have some let's have some meaningful storylines.
I agree, dude. Athena's been killing it, though. It's been awesome.
Oh, I love it.
She's fantastic. She's on a stride that she's never been on either, dude. So it's like, it's different to see her be so commanding in a way. You can tell they have confidence in her.
Yeah, for sure.
And you said one of the best women's matches. I would say probably just one of the best wrestling matches. Just great chemistry against each other, and like you said, history. And both those women aren't afraid to hit hard and get hit hard.
Yep. Cephas, I believe this one is for you. I think it's kind of cool to see people doing this. What up, T-shirt? I'm the guy who's talking to you at IHOP about all the streaming and content. Happy to see you working.
Yeah, that's like I told you. Remember, I ran into him at IHOP when I was door dashing. This is the guy that streams the video games. We got to get on and stream.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I'm
down.
down.
Yeah.
Who is that? Lucha Bangle.
What is that?
Meow.
Interesting.
I don't know. I have no idea what that is.
Who day, Lucha Bangle.
Let's hope that Joey Burrow's okay with his little calf cramp from earlier.
Indeed. Derek the Devastator, what's up?
What up? Dude, I got to give Derek a huge shout out right now. Derek, when I logged on to TikTok yesterday and I went to go post my video and I saw that I had been tagged in a video from you, I clicked on it to see what it was. I did not expect to see you wear my shirt. Let me tell you, the motivation I felt from that, it's almost like signing your first autograph. It has this feeling of just like the fact that you post. I've had people buy my shirts before plenty of times, but the fact that you took it upon yourself to buy it and make a video and tag me in it, man, bro, you are the absolute man. And when I'm done with this and I do my video for today's shirt, I got another shout out for you. Thank you so much, man. I'm a huge fan of you. I appreciate you being a fan of me and us and watching the show. At some point, we need to get you on for a chat and talk about some wrestling. Maybe we'll bring you on a Wrestle Talk episode as well.
There you go.
Hell yeah. Shout out Derek the Devastator, baby. Love it.
Look at that.
Speaking of T-shirts, Pro Wrestling Tees and T Public. If you search the DWO podcast, you can see all our shirts. T Public does have more designs. Pretty much all of them designed by Mr. Magnificent over there.
For now.
The best one on there, though, in my opinion, was
not designed by me.
Cephas' daughter.
Oh, yeah.
9-year-old Maya.
Which I need to order one myself so I can do it on my shirt. But I can't believe I still haven't. That's literally forgetting. I've been working on some designs for us as well. So
awesome.
Oh, yeah, man.
At some point here soon. Now that I have a new PC, I've been working on a lot of different shit. So much coals in the fire, if you will. So back to SummerSlam. Indeed. Before we forget that potential women's championship match, let me tell you something. Rhea's on fire, okay?
Boy.
But I cannot fucking stand. I got it back. I'm Raquel Rodriguez. Look at my back.
She's bringing sexy back.
I got my big back, bitch. Like, I'm not.
No.
I love Raquel Rodriguez. I think she's a fantastic worker. I think she does great matches. I can't stand the look at my back. I don't know. It fucking drives me crazy.
I'm just looking for it. It's annoying. It really is.
And I really like her as a worker too. I think she's phenomenal. But
I just want her to have more substance.
like she's had the same gimmick since she debuted in NXT. Is everybody look at my back? Like she wore the title backwards when she was NXT Women's Champion. We get it. You're big and strong.
Yeah.
Give me some substance for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She's like ramen, but they poured all the water out first.
Yeah.
Like, ramen without the seasoning.
Yeah, like come on, like
I
your
like
noodles.
plain.
I love noodles, but I want to taste.
I add some light salt to it.
There we go. Thanks so much. I would definitely like to be on the show, dude. We'd love to have you on.
We'll chat with you about it. He's
for sure.
He's got a good way with words too, man. If you guys haven't checked his page out, he's got plenty of videos.
Raquel's bringing sexy back. Look at it.
Look. Did you look at it?
Would you just look at it? Look at this. Look at that.
Just look at it.
Oh, where is he? I'd like to look at him.
Ed, we need to get Ed Bassmaster on the show.
Oh my God, I'd die.
I won,
dude.
Love him so much.
The amount like before the internet was really like the internet that it is today. I just remember like his videos were the viral videos I would show my friends. Have you guys seen this yet?
Him and Tom Mabe. Tom Mabe was pretty good too.
Yeah, Tom Mabe. Yep.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I really like. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but I really like a guy that does shit now called Ross Creations.
I think I'm familiar. Yeah.
He's a blonde kid. And he does really crazy pranks, but he did a video, and it makes me cry every time with happy tears because he sneaks raw hot dogs into people's pockets while they're at the grocery store. You go to reach into your wallet, a raw hot dog in your pocket. It tickles my inner so much.
Me and Mike did something similar one time. We snuck a what was that? A mustard packet into a lady's purse once. That was fun.
It's something innocent, but like later, just imagine like,
how did this get here?
How did this come from? And that's what makes it funny is just thinking about the reaction down the road.
That's the best part about the video with the hot dogs because some of the people, they walk down the aisle a little bit and then they reach in for their phone, they find the hot dog, ha ha ha, there's the video. But there's a lot that just left. So these people got in their car and drove away with a fucking raw hot dog in their pocket.
Reaching for their phone and like, what the hell? It's a wiener in my pocket.
There's at least a few people out there whose lives were permanently fucking like, how did that get there? I need to know, but they'll never know.
And I'd like to know what percentage of those people ate the hot dog.
I would hope a very fucking, if I find a unknown hot dog in my pocket.
When I was a kid, I would go for raw hot dogs or uncooked hot dogs. Do you?
Fuck yeah.
I like them cremated.
Do you guys ever watch The League?
Mm-mm.
On FX? God damn it. Well, for anybody that has ever watched The League, it's a great show. You guys would both love it. And,
you showed me clips before.
One of the characters on there is Rafi, and he's just a fucking wild card.
Oh yeah, that's what's his face from
Dennis Feinstein from Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Okay.
And he there's a couple episodes where he just like grabs a hot dog out of his pocket and starts eating it, and they're like, "Dude, where did you get that?" He's like, "Pocket dog." It's the dumbest shit ever.
It's like the dude with the cheeseburgers in Longest Yard.
Yeah, like Cheeseburger Eddie, but he just
want a cheeseburger.
And there's another one where like they're all at a party and they're like, "Oh, we're all too drunk to drive," and he's like, "It's okay. I'm gonna go crap the booze out and I'll be good to go. We'll drive." He's that guy.
He's in one of my favorite movies, that Dirty Grandpa.
Yeah.
De Niro and Zac Efron.
Bro,
Pam. The cops. Yeah, Pam. Classic Pam.
I cannot handle her being that sexually aggressive to Robert De Niro.
I loved it.
I'm so in love with her.
Like Ike. Oh, Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, Aubrey Plaza. I love her so much. I think she's one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood. So to see her
such
act
a
that
great
way,
sense of humor.
Sheesh.
I lost my virginity at my Pop Pops bingo.
Tell me you want to have dinner at 4:30.
Act like you're searching for your glasses and you can't find them. I can't find my glasses.
I found a Werther's in your pocket.
I've been sucking on it all morning.
I watched an interview with her where she talked about She talked about how uncomfortable he was all the time because
Oh, I
he's
gotta
old,
imagine.
he's an old nice man, and she's like, I put it on him hard. Like I went extra to the point where I felt like he wanted to get away from me when we were off. Oh, that's great.
Oh, I love that movie.
I'm gonna
I
need
love
to go
it.
watch that movie after this now. Like,
I know.
I
You
love
haven't
that
seen
movie
Dirty
so
Grandpa? Go watch it, but put the kids to bed
So
first.
good.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Put the kids to bed before you watch that.
Uh,
Oh man.
What
So
match were we on?
so what do we
finished
think?
the
Hold on.
women's
Let me say this first. What do we think about, for the first time ever, the WWE has 3 women's tag team champions?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's pretty
It's kind of
historic.
crazy.
And one of them is a male.
Yeah, well, technically, he's one half of one half.
Uh,
So
Oh,
he's
yeah,
only
I-
25.
two and a half women's tag team
Yeah.
champions.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, represent though. They got representation all over the world.
The indie god is actually going to be at the other event that we're going to. While we were about to go back to SummerSlam, I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't bring up the fact that we are going to Wrestling Revolver.
heat him up.
Buddy.
Eat them up, baby. It's going to be awesome. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I'll say this here, even though I know damn well he's not watching. But I love Matt Cardona. I've loved Matt Cardona since he was Zack Ryder, since he was an Edgehead.
Why don't you marry him?
When he dropped, I would. When he dropped the Z True Hollywood story, I was sharing that shit on MySpace. That's how far back I go with Cardona. But when we go to Revolver, fuck you, Matt Cardona. It's Jake
Mortal.
fucking Christ.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Jake
mortal
fucking
enemies.
Christ.
Also,
Jake fucking
thank you
Christ.
for dating all of us by dropping the MySpace reference.
I love MySpace.
Dude,
Even
we,
though-
what a just talk about just like the Thunderdome of the internet, like ranking your friends,
Yeah.
putting random HTML codes to customize your profile.
Yeah.
That shit was legit.
Get on board, Zuck, you fucking wuss.
Yep. He got threads. Are we?
Yeah.
Did you post on threads?
I've posted like 3 times. Dude, I forget we even have it, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I
But
I'm
apparently, there's like a mass exodus now that Elon named Twitter X or something. I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
yeah. Nobody likes their ex, man. Come on. Why go there?
I don't know.
I like Twitter the way it is.
Yeah. I like giving people. I like the bird. Haven't you heard?
I'm just gonna start just posting stuff. See, because I'm probably the wrong person to run it because I've never been a tweeter. And I know that's like the purpose of threads is just like quick little things. But we'll try to be more active on there. It's a new platform. We'll figure it out. Pretty sure our very first post was I posted a GIF of Grandpa Simpson, like looking at how do you work this thing?
All right, so you guys ready for this?
Yes. I don't know what
So,
it is, but I'm ready.
so a horse walks into a bar, okay,
Oh God,
and he goes to sit down at the bar,
I heard this last night. Go ahead.
and he goes to sit down at the bar, and you know the bartender's not really busy, so he says, "Hey man, let me get a Manhattan." And the bartender is a little under knowledge, and he doesn't know how to make a Manhattan, so he does the best way he can. He Googles it, but what he doesn't realize is that he makes it with wet vermouth. So when he hands it to the horse is pretty pissed. He's like, "Hey man, you can't make a Manhattan with wet vermouth. It's got to be dry vermouth. You know, this is my drink. I'm not gonna pay $9 for this shit if you just fuck it up." And it kind of pissed the bartender off. So the bartender, you know, kind of came back angry at him. He's like, "Listen here, man. You know, if you don't calm down and just drink what you got, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll make you another one, but you need to chill out, you know, or I'm gonna kick you out." And the horse gets real fucking pissed, man. So he takes his hoof and he puts his hoof in his mouth and he bites on it real fucking hard. And he starts tugging and he starts pulling at it. The tendons start snapping and the skin starts ripping and he rips his whole fucking hoof off with his mouth. And then he looks at his other hoof and he bites that hoof and he does the same thing and he tears his fucking hoof off and he holds his 2 horse stumps up and then 2 hands sprout out of the horse stumps. Okay. And then after that, he takes both of those hands and he grabs his horse mouth and he opens his horse mouth and teeth start flying off and horse meat and horse blood is flying all over. And the bartender's freaking out and he's losing his fucking mind. He can't believe what he's seeing. And then lo and behold, as the horse opens his mouth, what appears in the middle of the horse's mouth? But John Taffer from Bar Rescue. And he was trying to save that bar.
It's so stupid, but I can't help but laugh.
It's my
I can't believe that's where that went.
And all
God.
2 of our viewers just left. Thanks. I'm just kidding.
And we just got canceled.
Oh, that's funny.
I heard that last night while we were playing Xbox, and I was just like, what in the actual fuck did I just listen to?
I'm sorry. I had to get a good one in once in a while. You know?
It was a good one.
Hey, do you know what's red and bad for your teeth?
Bricks.
A brick. Yeah.
Fuck.
There's more.
I mean, Derek liked it. That was really good. All right, we retained one. Love it.
Boom.
We're not for everybody, but we are for somebody. Love it.
Very particular set of skills.
That's right.
I don't know what
Very,
they are,
very
but we
bad
have
jokes.
Yeah.
So
I hope we got enough stories for 4 hours of a drive come next week.
Oh yeah, we do. There's
sure
4 of us.
Yeah.
I got at least an hour in me.
As chatty as we all are, come on now.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to record the whole conversation there and maybe chop that up and
I love it.
we'll get some good bits out of that for sure.
that sounds like a good idea. We could chop it together, maybe take some time and then release a special SummerSlam
Deadpool karaoke.
Bro. I believe in a thing God love.
Dude, I'm
Well,
in.
we just
as,
lost
as long as we all sing
Party in the
Creed on
USA.
way there at least once.
What song?
Just some Creed. We need
Oh,
to jam
yeah,
to some
absolutely.
Creed.
don't right open.
Welcome to
No,
this place.
If we're going to a wrestling event, we got to sing the fucking My Sacrifice.
Either that or we need to sing Kingdom 7,000 times.
I remember when Owen had just recently passed away. It was maybe a couple years after they came out with that song, and it featured a clip or two of him and like Stone Cold in the neck brace. And I remember as a kid, I cried hearing it the first time, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I remember going back as an adult, like that made me fucking cry. Why? Why did I fucking cry about that? I remember just seeing that, like, I miss Owen. I miss him.
Speaking of Owen, I was speaking to someone, I think it was today or yesterday, and was, not a avid wrestling fan, but was, back in the day, knew people, asked about Bret Hart's brother. Did one of them die? I was like, yeah, it was Owen, happened in an event, and just explaining when everything went down, and then the fact that they continued the match afterwards is like, there's no way in hell they would do that today, right?
I don't know, man.
Do you think if that happened today that they would still continue on?
See, I feel like they would have stopped back then too, but I feel like the reason it kept moving is because he hadn't been pronounced dead by the time that they pulled him out of the ring. You know what I mean? I feel like they still thought he was going to be okay, maybe. And that, maybe I'm wrong on that. I wasn't there, but it just seems like if they knew outright he was dead before they continued that match, I feel like they might have, you know what I mean? Like,
now, do you think that maybe, just maybe, that the Bengals and Bills set up some sort of precedence?
That might be it too. I have something to do with it.
I mean, look at it. I mean, we were at it in Cincy at AEW when Hangman got hurt. I mean, they stopped the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
The guy falls from the fucking rafters. You don't continue. I'm gonna go off on a tangent.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up a bunch of negativity.
No,
it's just
Bad
crazy
way,
to think
man.
about the way things went down and just how
It is
how
a
different
crazy
times
thing to
were.
talk
That's
about.
all.
Yeah, for sure.
I get the show must go on thing, but that's a little fucking past extreme. That's more.
Well, and back then too, like the only way you were seeing anything was the cameras that were there. Nobody had camera phones or anything like that, so
they didn't allow the video cameras that were this big in.
Yeah. Speaking of tragedies in wrestling, we got to be remiss if we didn't mention and say rest in peace to Darren Drozdov. I found that guy to be an absolute inspiration with the way that he took the cards that he was dealt and still played them in a positive way. He spoke a lot on positive mental health as well, which is something, as we've talked about before, we're huge advocates for. We're huge advocates for dads and men and women and anyone or whoever you are. Talk about how you feel. Make sure that, if you need some help to reach out. So he promoted that. So, salute to Mr. Drozdov.
Absolutely.
One title or one set of titles rather that aren't really forecasted to be defended is the unified tag team championships.
True.
They keep getting on this BS, week in and week out with the what's called them, the Dark Order, Judgment Day.
They're both purple. Well, so from what I've heard, KO is shoot injured right now.
Yes.
I don't know how bad it is. They said it's a rib injury, so maybe they're just like not chancing it, like having a match. They're like forecasting a match, and absolutely RIP Draws, man. And I'm sure they'll have like a spot at SummerSlam somewhere, but maybe just not a title match. Or maybe we were wrong. I mean, we still have Raw and SmackDown. We still have SmackDown tomorrow.
I'm loving that it's actually like, why it used to be Raw was the show to can't miss. Now it seems like SmackDown week in and week out has been just on point. I'm loving that WWE television is exciting to watch again.
Yeah, it's nice. It's fun. It's starting to feel like everyone says the Attitude Era was great. The only reason the Attitude Era was great, and they've said this before in videos, is because everyone mattered. It's starting to feel like that again. All these characters have a story. They have a reason. Not everyone. There's still some people falling through the cracks. But for the most part, we're on a wave with WWE that we've not been on in a while, which is why we're so excited for SummerSlam. Like we've talked before, this is Big Rig's first ever WWE. This is your first pay-per-view. And you guys are, bro, this is going to be in
about a good one to pick.
I've went to. And I've been to multiple WrestleManias, and I think this might be in the top 2 or 3 shows that I have seen card-wise. You know what I mean? Like, still to this day, I think the best match I've seen live would have to be John Cena versus AJ Styles. When he won his 16th title. And I saw that at the Royal Rumble in Austin, Texas. That was fantastic. But I think that we have a chance to see that be, one-upped with some of these matches here, especially I know this is a lot saying this from being an Intercontinental title match, but Gunther versus Drew McIntyre.
God, it's going to be so good.
Has a chance to be the match of the night. It could be match of the year. I'm telling you, Gunther is
that's going to be like, you had Gunther and Sheamus at Clash at the Castle. Gunther and Drew is going to be that, but it's going to have their own twist on it. It's not going to be a repeat, but it's
they know how good that Sheamus and Gunther was.
Right.
And now it's like, okay, we had this. Let's try to reach that level again. It's got to be in the back of their heads.
They're going to beat the
shit forefront
out of each other.
Oh, my God. It's going to be... Well, I mean, we saw the triple threat at Mania, too. So, we know somewhat of what they can do together. So, I'm definitely excited for a one-on-one. Yeah. And Drew being gone for a little bit, definitely, I think that was all right for him. It kind of gave him some breathing room, gave people time to miss him a little bit, and now it's like, fuck yeah, Drew's back.
I could see him being the one to take it off of Gunther.
Yeah.
And then maybe set up a potential feud with him and Sheamus.
Yeah.
Because I'd still like to see Sheamus get that IC title.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've seen Drew versus Sheamus so many times, but I never get tired of it. just
See,
because
that's
those
the
guys
thing.
know each other so well, and they're perfect together.
That writes itself what you guys are talking about right there. Because if Drew beats Gunther, okay, then Gunther wants his title back. We work our way all the way to WrestleMania, and we do a triple threat between those three for the Intercontinental title, right? And then we let Sheamus win it at WrestleMania, and then with the very next night on Raw, we can give it back to Gunther. That way, Gunther doesn't get pinned. He gets the fucking title back. He's still strong, and we give it to Sheamus once, so he can be the Triple Crown or Grand Slam champion.
I'd like to see Sheamus have a run with it, dude. I think
Yes.
Sheamus still has a lot in the tank.
Sure,
And
absolutely.
I don't think Gunther loses anything. I'd say he moves on after WrestleMania and goes after a world title.
That's what I was gonna say. I'd like to see him be, kind of forecasting farther into the future. But I could see him versus Cody Rhodes, for that title,
Speaking of which,
for whatever
Cody
title.
Rhodes versus Brock.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, a gentleman and my soul.
Part Trace.
Yeah, the culmination, hopefully.
I'm telling you, on Raw or SmackDown, wherever it is, they're going to add a stipulation to this. They're going to add something to this because they're not just going to do a regular ass rubber match. I wouldn't be surprised if you see some kind of bullwhip or dog collar or
Brock leaves WWE.
something, some kind of something or other.
Brock's due for a break, isn't he? Cody goes over, obviously, right?
Yeah.
He fucking better.
Gunther versus Drew definitely will be a huge match. Truly will be a huge pop if Drew wins the IC title. Definitely will make up for him being WWE champion in the pandemic year. Yeah, talk about getting a Raw deal. I mean, kudos to him for carrying that title during the pandemic. I still think he needs another world title run. Doesn't have to be right now, but I would say in the next 2 years, he definitely deserves a win at WrestleMania for the world title.
But you have to put that IC title on somebody who's gonna give it the same kind of justice that Gunther's done.
Gunther has,
because he has made it so relevant again, and you have to put it on somebody who's going to continue that momentum.
Well, then that tears it. Then we need to just give it to the Miz.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. I love the Miz.
Don't start with your Miz bullshit.
What Miz bullshit?
Mike Mizanin is an absolute generational talent.
Thank you.
I'm a big Miz mark. So,
right, so
something you might not know about me. I've been a Mike.
Mute both of you, and I'm just gonna talk by myself. So what's up, everybody? How's it?
I can unmute myself.
Mike can unmute himself.
Damn it!
That'd have been pretty cool, though.
That's the first ever double muting.
I saw the opportunity and I took it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think we're in for such a good show. I'm so for so long there were so many WWE pay-per-views that I was just like, everything feels so phoned in.
Yeah.
And this feels like something.
I like it when it's not as easily predictable, and it's like I feel like a lot of them in the last few years have just been like I don't even have to watch. Like I can basically know what the results are all going to be, and I really feel like this one has so many question marks that things could go either way on a lot of these matches.
Speaking of question marks, we still have one more match we haven't talked about that's already for sure announced. And that's Seth versus Finn.
Oh shit, dude!
Yeah, dude.
God, we are in for such a good card.
Oh my!
Seth versus Finn.
Can we get Demon? Can we get the Demon? I just want to be, only for the simple fact that I want to be there live and in person for the Demon entrance.
Yeah.
I saw Demon Finn versus Bobby Lashley at Mania. That was pretty cool.
Speaking of Bobby Lashley,
please
let this happen. Please let this happen.
Oh yeah, the new Hurt Business.
Yes.
I'd love to see them do something tag team related, that happens storyline wise with them at Mania versus KO. You know what I mean? Have them fucking take KO and Sammy's titles at Mania. Surprise everybody.
Yeah. I know it's probably a long shot because they're going to be tied up in other stuff, but I would love build the Hurt Business from SummerSlam all the way to Mania, just like a strong ass faction, and like, or you could even do it at like Survivor Series this year and do Hurt Business versus Bloodline or something. You know what I mean? Or like, I don't know if they'll be back.
That's the thing with the
together by
bloodline
then.
now is now that they've established that bloodline and they've had such this unprecedented, like, legendary storyline and run. Even if they break up now, a year or so down the road, they bring them back together.
Oh, baby faces immediately.
Yep, huge. That's a la kind of the Shield. The way they did the Shield, they break them up, bring them back together, break them up, bring them back together.
It
Or
might
pretty,
be the best wrestling story of the 2000s.
Yeah, I would get down with that.
It might be, dude. I mean, the only thing I think that could compare, in my opinion, are two different things. And one is the fact of the invasion of WWE, whether people liked it or not. I still think it was a major story. The invasion WWE, WCW, ECW shit in early 2001.
You talking about Malenko, Guerrero, and
I'm talking more like the
Benoit?
actual, I purchased WCW.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I'm talking that. I'm talking the debut of AEW when Moxley came out and did his DDT. I feel like that was another moment that holds to that level. And then what we're talking about right now, storyline wise, with the bloodline. So the rise of AEW, bloodline, or WCW being purchased by WWE. Those are the three main stories of our generations right here. You know what I mean? Stone Cold was the 1999, you know what I mean? 97 through 99. So that's not quite the 2000s.
Yeah, Derek agreed with us too. Yes, I could bring the Hurt Business back, dude. I'm telling you that.
And do it
so
right
good.
this time. I mean, like, I appreciate how they did it before, where they kind of had, Shelton Benjamin, stuff like that. But, bringing in younger guys, Street Profits already have obviously notoriety. They're multiple time champions. But, seeing them in a different light, maybe even a heel fashion, because they've always been huge baby faces. Just give them a chance to work a little heelish, and like you said with Bianca Belair, bring her in, on that heel tip and see where that goes. I'd love to see that out of them. Just a big
awesome.
badass fashion, and then Carmelo Hayes in there. Get out of here.
Yeah, because like, what other factions are there? Like, you got Judgment Day and Bloodline, that are like the big factions, right?
Yeah.
Bloodline's kind of crumbling a little bit. Who knows how long Judgment Day is actually going to stay together? I would love to see more big factions, like, because that AEW's always kind of done that. It's always been like gang warfare, big faction versus big
Love
faction, all that stuff. I would love to see WWE do a little more of that. And I'm not saying it has to be everything, but more than just two,
Yep. So, just for shits and giggles, give me somebody that's never held the world championship in WWE that you want to see hold the world championship by the end of 2024. I'll start, and I'm going to go out there on a limb, and I'm going to say Chad Gable.
I'd love that.
I would be all behind a Chad Gable championship, chicken shit heel. I won the title.
I think he'd be a good babyface champion.
Yeah, but it'd be hard to. Well, you could get him there, but it would be difficult. You know what I mean, storyline wise.
I mean, the obvious one is LaKnight. But give me a second to think, because your Chad Gable one made me think a little bit.
There's a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah.
Who deserves that Jinder Mahal treatment? Who deserves that? What the fuck? He's champion,
right?
I would do.
I felt that way when Sheamus became champion for the first time.
Same,
I was mad as hell.
Yeah, like he just beat John Cena like that.
Yeah,
what?
Pissed.
There's a lot of things out there, man.
Yeah, there really is, though, man. Oh, you mentioned factions, though. You didn't even mention LWO.
Well, yeah, LWO is a big one for sure. You know what? That's what Santos Escobar.
That's a great one.
That's a good one. That was on my brain too.
That's a great one.
He's fantastic, man. Awesome worker and natural babyface, but he can be a real shithead heel too. So
yeah,
because Legado del Fantasma and NXT was one of the best. Like them versus Hit Row before they did the 2.0 bullshit. That was great.
What about you, Mike? You got something for us?
Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be a fucking young one too. We ain't done a real young one like that since
They haven't done it.
Orton.
Honestly,
and maybe use that new that Hurt Business to kind of elevate him to there, and have a similar situation.
You could even do, I mean, like, remember how we were talking about how Money in the Bank, the ladder match this year, was like any of these guys could do it. Like, Ricochet, whatever.
Man.
You could pick anybody from that ladder match to be champion by the end of 2024, and I'd be like,
except for Logan Paul.
Except for Logan Paul, I will be
not.
very, very irate if that happens.
Name one person you don't want to see have the WWE title in the next 10 years. Logan Paul.
I gotta also throw out there, I would like to see Miss Caden Carter, aka Lacey Lane, one of my personal friends. I'd like to see her get a surprise run with the title. I feel like she would do amazing.
Are they not doing them as a tag team anymore?
I'm not certain. I feel like they're just on like a pause right now.
Yeah. She had a singles dark match like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Apparently. So that's why I was asking. I'd be 100% down for that. She's immensely athletic and talented, and
she's incredibly cool. If she wasn't signed right now, I could almost guarantee you that she'd say yes to the podcast. She's been exceedingly cool to me in the past. You know what I mean? I saw her wrestle in places small like FGW.
I can't even get through the Impact Wrestling firewall.
Yeah.
How am I ever gonna get through WWE?
We gotta get more views, baby. So we just gonna keep making more content. We're gonna get everyone that we can and will. I'm working on Renee Dupree, hopefully here soon. I don't want to mention anyone guaranteed except for Headlock Comic Guy, but we've got a lot of people brewing. We've got somebody who has refereed for WWE in the past that's coming up. We've got all kinds of people, and we are trying like hell to get a couple more as well.
We're having Mr. TelsomAnia back on.
Yes, when Moxley did the paradigm shift, DDT to Kenny Omega on the glass coffee tip. Yep, big
dude,
time.
John Moxley brought me to AEW.
Yeah, dude, I was going, like, you ever go back, like you're looking for a picture in your camera roll and you're just scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I went back all the way to 2019, and then I see it. I had a screenshot of the John Moxley's All Elite graphic.
Really?
Buddy, let me tell you, you know how we said that we had a progression and like our graphic design work? AEW did too, because that was not good. It looked like our early work.
I need you to send that to me so I can feel good about myself.
Oh yeah, yes, I will send that to you.
That's funny, man, because that's what I said when we were talking in our private chat. I really think my goal with this show, like I'm so all in with DWO. I have a mental goal of wanting to hit 1,000 podcasts with you guys. And if we did that, just saying there's only 52 weeks in a year. And if we did 2 shows a week,
104 episodes.
It's 104 a year. So that means we need to go around 10 years for me to be satiated with this. So let's set a goal, a mental goal of trying to hit 1,000 episodes together. I think we can.
I'm in, dude.
I'm in.
Too sweet that shit. It's gonna be It's gonna be a lofty goal, but here's another clip we can use at the 1,000 episode special.
Yes.
I don't care. We did it. 1,000 episodes.
And here we are.
It's cool of it's Code Live to come in and check us out, man. That guy was cool as fuck.
Hell yeah, man. Well, you fellas got anything else you want to?
I'm excited for Revolver.
Yes. And like he said, you can't listen to us live next Thursday, but you could come see us live next Thursday. We will be in Dayton, Ohio at the Wrestling Revolver Heat 'em Up show. Come see us at the meet and greet. We will have a merch table set up with all of our merch. You two can be as cool as the dads and have a cool Dad World Order hat, beanie, or T-shirt. Or, get a picture with dads or just say hey.
John Moxley's going to be there, Wrestling Gringo Loco.
Yeah.
I mean.
Let me tell you something else I'm a little sad about, though, and I want to send get well messages to Leo Rush because Leo Rush has been injured and has been pulled from GCW, which more than guarantees that he is being pulled from this next week's show. We were going to see him versus Myron Reed, which is such a shame because that was going to be an absolute. I mean, the young goat
possible show stealer.
You know what I mean? The man of the hour versus the young goat was going to be great. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I know, being a fan of Myron Reed and being a fan of Revolver, that they got something else in store for us. And
yeah, whenever something like that happens with Revolver, they find a way to like make chicken salad out of chicken
Sammy's
shit.
So good at that. I mean, he can get a last second, oh shit, what are we gonna do? And just be like, all right, let's do this, and it's awesome. So.
And by the way, we have not publicly talked about this. We talked about it privately. But how fucking cool is it that we're like, you know, we got the post, the official sponsors of
WrestleMania,
Pro Wrestling, Revolver, you know, and dude, it's when I can't.
The fact that we're mentioning the same breath as like Swerve's podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Swerve City, you want to have us on? Just let us know, man.
Pod for pod, baby. We'll come do your show. You know what I'm saying? Just elite podcast.
And if you can't make it to Revolver Heat 'em Up, Fight Plus. It's like $7 a month, dude.
If you can't do that, wait till August 8th, and we'll have Tusslemania on again, and he'll be our first ever three-peat guest, right?
Yes.
Three-time
guest that day, and we're going to have him on to discuss the recap of our trip to SummerSlam and our absolutely incredible event that we're going to, the Revolver Heat 'em Up. So we'll have a good explanation then, like we want. Hopefully, do we have one in the we call it in the chamber episode wise? Didn't we record one that we didn't use? No,
we posted.
Oh no, that was Jack that we did on Wednesday and aired on Saturday. Okay, never mind. So we don't have one in the chamber. Maybe we can figure out a guest somehow between now and then. We'll see if we can figure it out.
Absolutely. Well, look at that. Oh, sorry. I was doing the same thing.
Sorry, it's your gig. I'm sorry.
Too many hands in the pot. No, it's
You're
fine.
the best, brother.
Derek, thank you so much, man. And if y'all are watching right now and you're not subscribed, be like Derek.
Be like Derek.
It don't hurt you to subscribe.
It's 2 clicks. Give us a like, the thumbs up, and subscribe. Yeah. The one that says subscribe. I mean, if you can't read, just imagine what subscribe would look like and click that.
Even if you're just listening to us on Audible and you found us on Audible, or you found us on Apple Podcasts, or you found us somewhere else, go to YouTube. Go to youtube.com/DW_podcast and click subscribe.
Yeah.
If you think it's fun listening to, you should watch us too, because to see these
we have some really
wonderful
cool stuff,
dead faces.
And I love doing this with you guys. I just have to say, we've talked about it a lot. How we have our rough days where it's just like, oh man, you're just so wore out and exhausted. I know I've had mine in the past couple weeks, but getting on here and doing this with you guys is the best. So.
I've literally started an episode in a sour mood, and then by the time we're into it, it is gone.
Yeah.
So it's ditto exactly what you said, man. This is
therapy.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
It really
is therapeutic, and it is a huge, bright, positive point in my everyday life. And I love you guys both so much for being part of this with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Man. We started this. We're coming up on a year now. A year ago, it started as a group chat, and all the pieces just fell into place. And who'd have thought we'd be here? And who knows where we'll go from here. I know where I want to go.
While we're on that topic, with it being July 27th, I think it's perfect to announce that my first 2 guests on my own personal podcast, which I'm doing called Shirts and Stuff. I'm still doing DW podcast, so nobody worry. I'm not leaving here. Like I said, we just vowed to do 1,000 episodes. But right. I am starting my own interview show. It's not really going to have anything to do with pro wrestling. It's going to be just interviewing people, asking who they are, how they are, and what makes them who they are. And the first episode happens to fall. I gave myself a date to start my show, and it falls on August 2nd, which also happens to be the 1-year anniversary of me meeting this dude in the line. So my first guest will be Mr. Big Rig. And then the very next week, August 9th, my guest will be, which way do I need to point?
Other way.
Wait.
It's not that hard.
It's me. Spoiler alert.
It's Mike.
Just point the opposite way.
Tune in to my
a little different spin on us, right? It's going to be a little more candid, a little more
private, a little more
I look forward to it.
Yeah. It's gonna be neat. My co-host for that is actually my brother, the guy that I said is our new Brandon Cutler for the DWO. But my co-host on that is my brother. So me and my brother are gonna host this show, which is really cool when you really think about it. I get the chance to spend some more time with him every Wednesday. And it's gonna be a little free form, but that's what we do here. But it's just no wrestling in this. Well, I guess we could talk a little bit, but it's not gonna be.
It's in your blood. It's gonna creep in there.
It's gonna creep in, but it won't be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, that's the whole thing. And plus, one thing I want to mention before we get off of here, we talked about things that WWE likes to pepper in when they want to tell you, like the Rock's coming soon. Something that I've seen them share in the past, I think it was like last week on their Twitter, they posted a thing about the last night that all the titles changed. When I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was in the Invasion Angle era where every title that was on the line changed.
And that would be monumental.
They made a comment about, well, I wonder when this is going to happen again, or something like that. I was like, oh, is this pepper? Is this pepper on the taters?
Little salt, little pepper. When we gets hurt.
Bro.
I'd love it. All right. Well, as always, we have been the DWO podcast. I have been Big Rig Eric Maffey. He has been Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. He has been Wrestling T-Shirt Guy Cephas. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Go check out our TeePublic Pro Wrestling Tees. Check us out on all the socials at DWO_podcast. Facebook at the DWO podcast. And TikTok at DWO_pod. Because we're really bad at getting unified handles.
It's because Facebook doesn't allow an underscore. Yeah. Blast you.
Which doesn't make any sense because Instagram and Facebook are the same freaking company. Whatever. Anyway.
We're listening to this on pretty much every single.
If you're listening on audio, give us a review. 5 stars would be fantastic. We'd really appreciate that.
It really helps so much, y'all. It really
does. It helps, with the algorithm. I know that's a buzzword that everybody uses, but it's a thing. We've had videos of ours that, gain some traction, and out of nowhere, like videos we think are going to gain traction, they don't, and then other ones that just absolutely blow up. It just depends on what catches on. So share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, Top Dads out.
Dad, World War.